Hey guys, it's Shane here. How you doing? Welcome back down to the workshop. Hope everyone's having a good day. So today's video we're going to be doing gem painting, how I make foam look like gems, just like I do here. Now this is my personal sword, one of my short swords. This is Attribution, as you can see, but it also has gems on it. So when I put gems onto an item, I like to be able to know they're not going to hurt anybody. So for LARP, obviously they can't have solid gems. It's got to be made of foam. Cosplay is different. You're not going to be hitting people with that, so you can get away with resin casts and stuff. But for LARP, it's going to have to be foam. Yeah? So I'm going to show you in today's video how I make those. Now I've made some little bits here that I'll show you in a second. But if you're new here, guys, please hit that subscribe button and the bell. You'll be alerted when I go live with new stuff. You can also check out other videos on my YouTube channel. The links will be down in the description along with all my other social media links. But if you want to help me out and help the channel out, please consider going to Patreon and joining us there. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. Right, now let's jump straight into the video, eh? Right, so I have three little gems, all different shapes. Okay, we've got the typical little diamond shape. Okay, and we have the square shape. And then we have the little opal shape. Now what I've done is I've already coated these in black flexi paint. This is just foam quickly knocked up. I haven't done anything, I haven't latexed it or anything, hence the rough texture. So it's just a quick knock up for these. Now the flexi paint black, I get it in this big tub, and yeah, this will add a smoothing texture to the surface. It's really good. You can sand down a little bit with a bit of wet sanding, but for the purposes of this video it's just to show you how I would make these gems. So I'm going to do three different colors. I'm going to do blue, green and red. Okay, so first off we'll start with a square one. Nice and simple. So all three of these have already had a black base coat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this one in blue, I think. So now the reason I go black first is because gem light deflects, or reflects. Sorry. So what I'm going to do is everything needs to be dark first, okay, which will make it easier. I used to do this the opposite way around. I used to do a white coat. But then I had to darken it all and darken it and all. But it works, it just depends on which one's perfect for you. So I've got a fair bit of dark blue in there. What I'm going to do is literally just find a brush and then blanket coat the whole thing. Now when this dries, it will dry quite dark, so it might take a couple of coats. Okay, right. Now, as you can see, this blue is now quite dark. So the whole thing's been darkened, right? That's good. That's what. So now we've got this nice dark blue. What I'm going to do, I've got these angles here, yeah? So what I want to do, no matter what angle it is, you don't go up to the line. Okay? So you want to leave maybe a mil of each edge, because that's where the darkness would be. So first thing we're going to do, so there's my gem. Okay, is pick a light angle. I always like to use the upper left corner, so the light's coming in this way. So whichever way the light is coming in, you paint the opposite side. Yeah, because light reflects. So it goes in and the light would shine out this way. Okay, so I'm going to take a little of this blue. Now this is a Tamara sky blue. I do have a darker blue, but I don't think I need that one yet. So first off, I'm going to use this just plain Tamara blue. Now this is quite a dark blue, much like how this dries, but it is slightly lighter. So we'll start on this top square. Now, like I say, a mil from each side. Now the light is coming in here, so I don't want to touch the far side of that line. Okay? Yeah, this is a bit dark, this one, but it's going to smooth it out anyway. Now, the same for every angle. The light is always coming in this way, so you don't paint that side, you always paint this side. And stay a millimetre or so away from any edge. So that's the dark blue done with. Now, I try to stick to about 3 different shades when I'm shading these. Okay, so now I'm going to go with this one. Now, as you can see, there is a big difference. Okay, that's fine. So now, where I've been, I can barely even see it. So that one was pretty much obsolete. So we're not going to even include that one. Okay, so this is my second tint. Now, when I do this, you don't want to blanket it on, little strokes, because you don't want it to be even. Now, I'm going to use a little bit of this one. So I'm going to take some of the paint. I'm only taking what's off the top there. I'm not going to need a lot. Okay, now I'm done with that one. Now, I need to add some lightener to that, so I'm going to use this. This is a cheap acrylic paint. It's blank, so it's just white, but it's a really good pigment as well. So just a dollop of white is all you need. Right, there's a tiny bit in there, so mix that up. Lovely, look at that, look at that, look at that. Okay, it's quite watery, so just be careful. Dry your brush off. And then, go back in, but do not go outside of the blue. In fact, leave a little bit of the blue that you've just put on all the way around. If you wanted, you can go back in and put the previous shade on, you know, the lighter one, and go a little bit further up if you wanted. I don't. I like a little bit of the black showing, or the dark showing. Okay, so that's drying quite nicely. Now we go on to the white. So I'm just going to use, actually I'll use this. So this is Tamara White, a very strong pigment. Now we need a really fine brush for this. Now, what we're going to do is same thing. This is our third shade. You're going to go into the light part now. So you've got the really dark, then you've got the lighter shade, then you've got the bright shade. Now we're going to add a little bit of white into that, just in the really far corner. So the light is coming in here, right in the far corner, just a few little strands, and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so with a really fine brush, each one of these angles, I'm just going to put a very faint white line on.
Never
you have a little blue gem. Now this is a very dark blue, yeah. So if you wanted, I'll show you how. Just let me, we'll use the lighter brush. You can always add in a little bit more of your white, you know, brighter, like so, which adds it a bit brighter compared to the darker. Okay, so start dark and then build up on it so you can get it to the style or the brightness you want. Okay, so that is our square gem done. Yeah. So now we're going to go on to the diamond. Now the diamond I'm going to do in different colour. So I will clean this up. Okay, so we're going to go on to the green now. Okay, so the steps are the same. Really dark. Okay, then we're going to lighten it up again, and then put the white in it just for the shine, and then do the edging. Okay, well, let's crack on. So I'm going to use a bit of this dark. I'm going to use a little bit of flexi paint. Okay, so we're on to our last one now, the little ruby. Now, obviously this doesn't have any angles on it per se. Okay, so we've got to be very careful with this one. Now this one is exactly the same method, but because we don't have the angles to give us the sharpness, we've got to put the bottom, if the light's coming in from this bottom here, has got to round out. So it's got to follow the curve rather than the angle. Okay, let's crack on. Okay guys, that's it. Gems are done. You have your ruby, you have your emerald, and you have your little sapphire. Okay, now these are quite quick and easily knocked up. When you put your varnish on top of it, it'll add the glass shine to it, which will really make them pop. And I hope it really helps your weapons and armour or whatever else you put it on. So guys, that's it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful. If you guys have any ideas, what you want me to do, you can either put them in the comments below or head over to my Patreon or Facebook or Instagram and hit me up there. If you want to help me and the channel out, please hit the Patreon side. I'll put a link up for you. All my links for social media are down in the description below. And yeah, that's it for this one, guys. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you in the next one.